Colorado-based company with a global reach. We do work on a wide range of products, from 4,000-pound transformers to smart hockey pucks to wearable medical devices. Chuck is a serial entrepreneur. He's founded and scaled up 5 startups, including one that was acquired by Flextronics. He held various executive positions there and has taken over 100 products in his career into production, including the Xbox, Palm Pilot, cell phones, optical transceivers. With over 30 years of engineering and operations management and a master's in electrical engineering from Stanford, he is an expert in product development. Welcome, Chuck. Joseph Steinman is our senior mechanical engineer here at Zebulon. He's worked on products at Lockheed Martin, Plexus, multiple startups, including Tesla and NEC America. With a master's degree from Texas A&M, 10 patents, and countless hardware designs, his expertise in designing products to be manufactured is invaluable. So welcome, Joe.
Thank you.
All right. Before we get into the questions, I'd like to just level set our experience, because I know that within the maker track, there's a lot of different people that are interested in manufacturing. Our experience is in technology-based products. It doesn't necessarily have to have a circuit board in it, but it needs to be some kind of technological innovation. What we're going to talk about will have some relevance to food and beverage or even fashion, but our focus is going to be on that technology and innovative technology. The format we're going to have is we have those 4 topics for discussion, and at the end of each topic, we will stop and pause for questions. If you have questions that come up while we're talking, go ahead and put them in the chat. Haley will get those asked to us in that little break between divisions. And I think with that, Haley, do you have any response on who's joining us today?
Yes, we have a couple. We have one person who is another who is about costs steps to manufacturing.
Fantastic. All right. Do you want to start with the question, or do you want us to dive into our topic first, or which you know the question is? Okay. All right, great. Thank you so much. Welcome everyone. I'm so glad you're able to join us, really. So let's talk about designing for manufacturing. When you start thinking about how the product is going to be manufactured?
Well, really from the initial concept of the product, you really need to know what, or have an idea what your product is and how you're going to build it in order to design it.
And anything to that, Chuck?
No, we usually try to think about it a little bit. I mean, there's a lot of other things you got to think about really early on, but particularly on the mechanical side, plastic or titanium, uranium, there's a lot of issues there. And honestly, we should have discussions on cost too. I mean, it's idealistic, it's a great product. Software doesn't really have a recurring cost, but hardware always does. So any type of physical product, you also want to talk about that, and you can't really have a conversation about cost without starting with it.
Sure. So you started talking about this a little bit, but how does that manufacturing process factor into how the product is designed?
So, you know, I mean, let's take a piece of plastic, for example. If you're molding a part, the process is, you know, are you going to start with but what are you going to start with, right? How are you going to get the part manufactured as a prototype using, you know, alternative methods? Printed parts work well for that. And as you move through your phases, how are you going to refine that until you're actually ready for production tooling? There's lots of steps along the way. The end goal is where you want to be designing for, but you need to be able to make those pre-production, early production prototypes. So you're always thinking about that process along the way.
And I would add, you can get yourself trapped early on. You don't think about that and go, ooh, an aluminum extrusion, it's really cool, I like that. And then later on, 2 years later, the customer is in exactly the space right now. It's like, that's really expensive and doesn't do the industrial design that I want. You get kind of trapped into it. So you can easily you make decisions in those very first days. So we want to spend a bit of time looking at the future and caution it's going to be without constraining the early design process as that goal to get a proof of concept out there, which is super important.
I think it's interesting that you bring that up because there's a lot of entrepreneurs that get really wedded to a particular manufacturing process or design idea very early on that then you incorporate it in and then rethunk several years later. I don't know if that's, you've seen that or.
Oh yeah, you can get locked in. I mean, the reason we think about it is because we do lock stuff in. Right? Design decisions are made, product decisions, market decisions are made. They lock stuff in, and you don't want to have oops, I should have thought of that. That said, things are going to change and evolve. But starting to think about it early is going to some effort on that. And especially if there's novel processes. If it's as easy as using commercially available, easy stuff, simple circuit board technology, a couple of custom parts that screw together. It's easy. But when you start getting into really advanced products where there's something to challenge that's been done before, this increases exponentially.
So people are saying we can have Joe's microphone.
There you go.
Great.
Got it.
Chuck, do you want to try saying something?
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
All right, it's not better on my end. Anyone else is still in the process? So it's
Okay, great, thank you. All right, so I think going back to what we're talking about designing for manufacturing, what needs to be considered in the design to make it manufacturable at higher volume?
So, I mean, the first thing really is knowing what your requirements are for your product. And that really defines or helps define where you're going to take the product in the design phase. You know, if you have something that's going to be submersible, that brings a whole set of issues that have to be addressed. If it's going to be exposed to complex environmental conditions, those have to be addressed as well.
Sit with the hockey stick.
Yeah, if it's hit with a hockey stick.